here's. Let me ask you guys this. You guys know who Charlie Munger is?
Charlie Bucker?
No, Charlie Munger.
Munger? I don't.
Charlie Munger. All right, so Charlie Munger, he's one of the most, like, when you find out who he is, it's crazy. But just know that he's a very credible source. But he coined the phrase, if it wasn't for stupidity, you wouldn't be able to be rich. Like, there wouldn't be any rich people if it wasn't for stupidity. Now,
absolutely,
based off what you guys are talking about right now, there was a company called Blockbuster. I know you guys are super young.
I used to work there. I used to work there.
You look too young to be working at Blockbuster, man.
I used to work there.
All right, so there's a company called Blockbuster Dre used to work at. A lot of people believe that Blockbuster could have been or could have had their hands in something like a Netflix.
Absolutely. I know that story.
But they didn't. All right, so what happened to Blockbuster? Because
okay, so they
could have did that.
So this is what happened to Blockbuster. A long story short, and I'll explain, is their executives didn't recognize what was coming and only forecasted for the success that they had presently, right? So Redbox was the premier competitor, but they felt like we hadn't gotten to a place yet where digital shopping was the revolution that it is today, where storefront businesses are actually suffering tremendously and have to reinvent themselves in order to stay relevant, right? So they allow, instead of getting into the digital space early, they allowed Redbox to become a premier competitor, and then they established their online subscription. But by that time, Redbox was the name, right? So when you talk about going to get a movie for one night, Redbox is now, you say, it was Redbox and chill before Netflix, right? So then Redbox opened the door for Netflix. They failed instead of just because DVDs were becoming obsolete. And so instead of them moving into a digital space, hey, you already have these licensing deals with the movie companies. Instead of trying to get the DVDs, let's send them straight to computer early. You allowed, and they had a bigger share of the market space before Netflix came into play, but they stuck into a outdated format with DVDs and Blu-ray and all of these things, which still are around, but it's not competitive. I can watch a movie on my phone from Netflix and all of these pirating websites and all of these different things. So it was a lack of forward thinking at the top of these brands. And so we attributed to Netflix, but it was really Redbox who they were slightly forward thinking, but again, it's the improver model. Redbox saw a new space that could knock Blockbuster out of the space, but they weren't forward thinking enough, and then they allowed Netflix to come in and knock them both out of the space, because Netflix said, hey, we're going to give you the digital option or the physical option. You can order physical DVDs from us, or you can watch here all on our platform, and they have a bigger catalog on their DVD selection options. So now they have taken over the entire market, and they are also being forward thinking again, where they see that a lot of people are unplugging. Cable is suffering. Most people are going to the internet thing. And so they're buying the market space in like live television, with sporting, with games and different things like that. So Netflix is going to be here for quite some time because they were the most forward thinking in that space.